National Board of Revenue (NBR) will render income tax return services at 649 tax circles under 31 tax zones in Dhaka and Chattogram. According to NBR, various services will be provided to the taxpayers through the income tax fair at the tax zones from November 1st to November 30th in the wake of the global COVID-19 situation. Taxpayers can submit their returns of 2022 to 2023 tax year at respective tax zones. There will be separate arrangement at the Bangladesh Secretariat and Officers Club, Dhaka, for the government officials and employees under Dhaka Tax Zone 4. Government job holders can submit their return there from November 1st to November 14th. Experts said the month-long tax service will be meaningful in expanding tax culture in the country and raising awareness among the people. Fishermen in Chattogram have started to reap the benefits of the 22-day fishing ban that was lifted on Friday midnight. Fishermen sailed on the sea and brought in a huge quantity of hilsha to the market, cheering trawler owners, traders and fishermen. City's fishery guard, the largest fish landing center, russia-ukrain and other fish godowns are now bustling as the fishermen are ecstatic for their fish is sold at a good price and hoped to catch plenty of hilsha this season. Besides, they are also catching other varieties of saltwater fish in bounty. Earlier, the 22-day ban started on 6th of October midnight in accordance with the government's announcement to support the mother hilsha conservation campaign during the breeding season. At least 4 persons have been killed and 3 others injured in a tragic road accident in Kumilla. The accident occurred at the Gutterpool areas of Chandina on the Kumilla-Chattogram highway when a passenger bus rammed a CNG auto rickshaw at about 12 p.m. this noon. 2 persons died on the spot while 2 others died at the hospital. Moinamoti Highway Police seized the bus. Now, international news. The death toll from the collapse of a suspension bridge in India's western Gujarat state rose to 141. Officials said rescue workers worked through the night combing the Machu River for the survivors. Gujarat's information department said about 177 people had now been rescued while 19 were receiving medical care. The bridge in Morbi, a town some 200 kilometers west of Gujarat's main city, Ahmedabad, was built during British rule in India in 1880. It had been closed for renovations for nearly 6 months before it was reopened to the public last week. Hundreds of sightseers celebrating Diwali and the Chhath Puja holidays were on the 230-meter bridge when it collapsed yesterday. The grain export in the sea border of Ukraine has been completely stopped since yesterday as no grain ship left Ukraine after Russia's suspending of the grain export agreement. Moscow suspended the grain export agreement with Ukraine in response to a drone attack on its fleet off the coast of Crimea in the Black Sea the previous day. As a result, fear of a new food crisis is rising around the world. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Russia is trying to create artificial famine in Africa, the Middle East and South Asia as the grain export stopped. In this case, he wanted a quick response from the United Nations and G20 countries. News agencies said Ukraine exported 8 million tons of grain after the agreement. The European Union has called on Russia to reverse its decision of suspending the deal. The EU's foreign policy chief Joseph Borrell said Russia's decision would put the world on the brink of a new food crisis. Stephen Dujarric, the spokesperson of the UN Secretary General, said that all parties should refrain from any act hindering humanitarian activities during the crisis, such as the suspension of the grain export agreement. However, Russia said nothing after the suspending of the agreement. Brazil has taken a turn to the left as former President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva beat far-right incumbent Jair Bolsonaro in the presidential election. Lula won 50.9% of the votes after a divisive campaign saw two bitter rivals on opposite sides of the political spectrum go head-to-head. It was enough to beat Jair Bolsonaro, whose supporters had been confident of victory. It is a stunning comeback for a politician who could not run in the last presidential election in 2018 because he was in jail and banned from standing for office. Lula had been found guilty of receiving a bribe from a Brazilian construction firm in return for contracts with Brazil's state oil company Petrobras. Lula spent 580 days in jail before his conviction has annulled and returned to the political fray. Back to national news. Bangladesh today witnessed no COVID-19 death and 88 coronavirus positive cases in 24 hours. The positivity rate was 2.41% in contrast to the samples tested. The official tally showed that the virus killed a total of 29,423 people and infected 20,35,240 so far. The recovery count rose to 19,80,824 after another 315 patients were discharged from the dedicated hospitals during the last 24 hours. Cox's Bazar District Administration has continued the eviction operation of illegal shops on the beach in Cox's Bazar. The operation was conducted in the morning at Shugandha Point area of the beach. Additional District Commissioner Amin Al-Parvez and Additional District Magistrate Abu Sufyan led the operation. During the operation, more than 250 illegal shops were evicted. Earlier, Cox's Bazar District Administration evicted 417 shops on 10th of October. Now news on share market. The prices of the Chattogram Stock Exchange have fallen, and the price index of CSE 30 has also decreased. At the end of the day, the overall index stood at 18,622.81, which is 0.37% lower than that of the previous day. Besides, the price index of CSE 30 stands at 13,281.64, which is 0.12% lower than that of the previous day. Today, a total of 1,17,47,722 shares of 224 companies were traded, the value of which is more than 23,67,36,000 taka. Of them, share of 29 companies increased, 67 reduced, and 128 remained unchanged. Now news on Chattogram Port. Today, 6 ships berthed at the port while 10 ships have left the port. 21 ships are staying at port jetties and 10 ships are waiting for berth at the port. Besides, 46 ships are unloading goods in the outer anchorage, while 7,619 tubes of containers were handled today. Now news on sports. Australia beat Ireland by 42 runs in Super 12 match of ICC T20 World Cup at Brisbane today. Ireland won the toss and sent Australia to bat first. Skipper Aaron Finch's 44 ball 64 and Marcus Stoinis' 35 helped the host to put 179 on scoreboard after fixed 20 overs. In reply, Ireland innings ended in 137 runs despite Lorcan Tucker's valiant 71 runs. Aaron Finch was adjudged man of the match. Now weather news. Weather may remain mainly dry with temporary partly cloudy sky over the area of Chattogram. Bulletin says day and night temperature may remain nearly unchanged over the area. The highest temperature in the city today was 32.2 degrees Celsius, which is 0.7 degrees Celsius above the normal temperature, and the lowest temperature was 24 degrees Celsius, which is equal to the normal temperature. In Chattogram, tomorrow the sun will rise at 5:56 a.m. and will set at 5:17 p.m. Now the tide schedule of Konofoli River tomorrow. First low tide will start at 3:36 a.m. First high tide will start at 10:25 a.m. Second low tide will start at 4:06 p.m. and second high tide will start at 10:33 p.m. That's all from the newsroom. To end the bulletin, a recap of the headlines. Cabinet refixes office hours from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. to be effective from 15th November, giving final approval to Sand Quarry and Soil Management Amendment Act in Cabinet. Government to implement a 30-year plan for expanding nationwide rail connectivity. Bangladesh to lose if Sheikh Hasina loses, comments Obaidul Qadir. Tax service month begins tomorrow in 31 tax zones with a view to facilitating taxpayers to submit returns. Fishermen in Chattogram start reaping benefits of 22-day ban as they catch pilchar and other fishes in bounty. Death toll from suspension bridge collapse in India's western Gujarat state rises to 141. And Australia beat Ireland by 42 runs in Super 12 of ICC T20 World Cup. Thanks to all for being with us. We invite you to watch out tomorrow's bulletin at the same time. Maintain the health rules and stay safe. Khuda Hafiz.